What's up, yours? Law, growth, and knowledge. Back at it with another lesson. Before I start my lesson, I would like to send out the peace and positive energy onto the gods and the goddesses, onto the human beings, and most importantly, onto the ancestors. Um, I would also like to send peace onto the planet, uh, and to the gods and the goddesses that's vibrating low. Again, peace, positive energy onto you. Uh, and I would like to tell the gods and goddesses and the ancestors, I say, um, on peace to the planet once again. Uh, Tonight, basically, I'm gonna be talking a little bit about racism, right? Now, racism is basically people. It could be a group or it could be a person that does not like another uh, race or another ethnicity, right? We know the history of our land when it has came to racism. We know that the reason why we are black people are considered the what you call minority. We are considered the worst people on the planet because of what have happened to our you say what have happened to our forefathers, through slavery and all that old shit. But we have to get more in deep into why our ancestors was enslaved and why racism was not the reason for our people being enslaved. All right, we have to understand that if you are a neuromelanated being, if you are a being made of carbon, solids, liquids, and gases, and plasma energy, if you are a being made of matter, if you have a soul and a spirit, then you are a god, right? I am a god. I am a scientist, cosmically. I am a part of the group of scientists that we have in the cosmos. I am a part of them, right? So we being the gods, this is our realm. We created the planet. We created everything on this realm. So us being the creators of this realm means that everything around us we own. And everything around you you do own. Everything around you represents who you are. If you are tapped into that energy, like a tree or a pyramid represents you. I told you your body is basically a smaller pyramid because a body has because a pyramid has two arms, it has a leg, and then it has a head, which is the pointed tip, same as the head you have. It's just a pointed tip. Yours really not necessarily like a pointed tip, but it's still the same though, right? So it's still the leg, arm, head, even with the pyramid, right? Because the bottom of the pyramid is not a leg standing up; it's in a meditative posture. That's the difference. More than I told you, you in the meditative posture. That's basically your natural state. That's your cosmic state. That's your spiritual state, right? So you have to understand that you are the owner of everything on this realm, right? But your oppressor made you forget that you own everything on this realm because Yakub is the one that sent them into our realm through a portal to eradicate the gods and the goddesses, the real souls and spirits, the real divine creators of the cosmos in this realm. Right? We taught these human beings, which we know today as your Javinians, your Mexicans, right? Your Asians, right? Because not all Asians and Mexicans is humans. Some of them is us, gods and goddesses, but you got to go deeper into Mexico, or you got to go deeper into China, deeper in there, then you will find some that look like us, though. But the ones that are not us, they are human beings. They basically like clones, right, of the real gods. So you got the Mexicans, the Asians, the Dravidians, the Arabic people, right, and the I think I already said the Indian people, people from India. They are human beings, right? They are the Neanderthals. What we call the Neanderthals, that's them. We are not Neanderthals. We were never Neanderthals. We were already created. And we were created by the divine feminine energy. They took a part of their X into creating us, the Y chromosome, which is the masculine energy, and the X chromosome is the feminine energy, which we already know. So we were already here. We would never know Neanderthals ever. So they tell you that the first Neanderthals were in Africa. That's a fucking lie. We don't come from Africa anyway, but still they fucking lying. We would never know Neanderthals. It's nothing. It's nothing human about you. Nothing. I'm telling you that personally. It's nothing human about you. So we are the gods. We had to teach these human beings. We had to teach these human beings everything they know, right? So meaning what? We had to teach them how to basically how to pee, how to shit, how to know how to talk, how to know how to walk. Cause remember, Yakub is the one that created these human beings, and Yakub created the human beings because he grew very selfish and very ignorant. He was our first scientist ever created in the cosmos, right? Yakub, the devil, Lucifer, he was the first scientist ever created in the cosmos. But then he grew very selfish and grew very ignorant to where he wanted to create these beings into worshiping in him, right? This is where the whole idea of religion came from Yakub, right? So he So he wanted to create these beings into worshiping in him, and we didn't want him to do that, right? And we already had people that have told you the story, but I have to retell you. We didn't want him to do that because we worshiping ourselves because we are all gods and goddesses. He like, nah, I want to create them in the worship, well, to worshiping me, right? He's the first scientist, so he's very powerful, right? You know, you give a motherfucker too much power, they can fuck around and try to abuse that power, and that's what he did. He was one of our first. He was one of our first gods to ever do something like that. Cause none of us, we would have never even thought to do some shit like that. He was the first one. He was the first one to go and do some shit like that for a fucked up intent. So we was like, no, we're not with it, Yakub. We don't want you to go create these human beings into worshiping in you. We don't do that. That's not what we are about. We don't want people worshiping in us. We worship in ourselves. He like, no. Right? Then it turned into where we wasn't cool with him no more, you know. Told his ass he gotta get the fuck out. And he went on to the Caucasus Mountains, which is located in Russia, the Caucasus Mountains, and he created these human beings. And he basically he gave them animal genetics, so he had killed our animals that we had on the rim, and he gave the human beings animal genetics. So this is why human beings have animal DNA, because he killed our animals and inserted their genetics into these human beings, right? And he created them out of a petri dish, right? So the Caucasus Mountains was basically his little lab where he was creating these human beings, right? And after he was basically done creating these human beings, he basically sent their ass back to us, hoping that we would teach them, and sadly we did teach them, which I wish we never would have did, but we end up teaching them because that's just how we are. We are loving people. And this is where they talk about the Moors. The Moors, we were a group of highly advanced, highly educated beings, scientists, assassins, all type of shit. We came down here to help the human beings uh basically understand who they are as human beings. So we had to come down here and help them. This is why they tell you that 99% of the population in Europe was illiterate till the Moors got into Europe, right? And they tell you that the Moors had broke into Europe and all. That's all some bullshit. We had to help these Neanderthals because they didn't know shit, right? Because they tell you that Europe had kings and queens. They never was kings and queens. That shit all a lie. They just making up a story to make it sound like it was just a normal human evolution shit. Nah. They were basically, like I said, Neanderthals that didn't know shit, didn't know nothing, and we had to teach them. We had to teach these human beings everything there is to know. Like I said, how to talk, how to walk, right? Because they were still walking in an animal form, so we had to teach them how to walk up straight. We had to teach them how to know everything there is to know of how to be a regular human being, what they are. But we not human beings. But we had to teach them how to be regular human beings. Right? We had to teach them our education for our science. We had to dumb it down to where we made it to where because I told you about numbers. Numbers is not something you're supposed to count with. You're not supposed to count with numbers. Counting is illiterate, if you think about it. Because if you are counting, then you are counting over matter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You should stop counting after 9. Every number has an energy to it. So 1 would be God, right? Because that's the first number. So that would be the goddess. 1 would be God. You could say 2 would be knowledge because 2 would be the masculine energy. So that would be the Y chromosome. Right? So 1 would be the X chromosome. 2 would be Y chromosome. So that would equal into knowledge. And then them combining together equal into the 3 phases of matter, solids, liquids, and gases. Then 4, plasma state, 5 phases of matter now, water, fire, earth, spirit. Then 6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 electrons. Then 7, right? Then you going off your 7 chakras, your root, sacral, your solar plexus, your heart, your throat, your brain, your crown. Then 8, infinity. Then 9, completion. You feel what I'm saying? You see how that shit go? You gotta understand that shit on the cosmic level and understand what the fuck I just told you. But the real ones will know what I'm talking about. So numbers is energy. I told you it's energetic communication. This is why you have something called angel numbers. Angel numbers is basically when your ancestors send you energetic subliminals through numbers. Right, so you see 222, you're on the right path. You see 444, you are being divinely guided by the ancestral energy. 999, okay, you are in a state of completion. You come into a different cycle in your life. You feel me? That's what that shit is. That's why I be teaching a lot about numbers being energy, because it's energy. It's something you should not count with. This is why time does not exist. There's no such thing as a time. You can't put energy on a limit to where it's a time. You can't do that. Time is illiterate. So everybody out here thinking they smart, saying, "Oh, I can count," where you should stop counting. You really should, because it's illiterate. All right. So we had to teach them a lot of shit, and then we had to dumb down, so because they can't understand numbers being energy like we can these human beings, because they not connected like that. They ain't one of the gods, right? But we automatically understand it because we created it. So we had to dumb down certain things for them to be able to understand how to be regular human beings, right? And then after a while, we was teaching them, and the way them motherfuckers left us, and then they come back on some Christopher Columbus shit, right? And what they would call 1492. 1492 is when our planet was invaded by Christopher Columbus because he arrived on Atlantis. Atlantis was the place that he discovered. They say he discovered America. No, he discovered Atlantis. That's what Christopher Columbus really discovered. That's what they really won't tell you. It's only motherfuckers maybe like me that are tapped in that tell you it was Atlantis he discovered. Right? And he got into Atlantis through a portal. It was a portal that allowed him even to get into Atlantis. And this is when he came across us, which they was calling us the Taino people at that time, right? Calling us the Taino people at that time. And he came with his Bible, right? Came with their little flags and shit. This is where the whole idea of a flag came from, right? A whole idea of a flag came from you human beings. We never had a flag. But after all the colonization, we fuck around and end up having flags all around our rim. But we never had flags. Why? Because we don't need a flag. This is our rim. This is our planet. Why the fuck I need a flag to identify my connection to my planet? I don't need a flag. This is why I don't understand why Moors be walking around with their little red flag saying, "Oh yeah, I'm a Moor," but that flag don't. You're more than a flag though. You're more than a flag. That flag don't mean shit, nigga. You are the representation of your land. You just have to remember how they took your land. You just have to remember. But a flag don't mean shit. Cause you gotta understand, a flag is all they have. But you have the whole land. A flag is all the human beings have, but you have the whole land. But you not knowing who you are, you get a flag like they got a flag, and you okay? This our shit. No, a flag is not what you need. You just need to remember how they took your land away from you. Like I told you, like we have all told you, we are the real indigenous people. This is our land. We created the feathers and all that shit. That's all our shit. Pyramids, I created a pyramid myself in one of my past lives. I designed and created my own pyramid. Right? So, this is our land. But Yakub did not send them into our realm to hurt, kill us, rape us, and also fuck up our genetics, right? Because, after a while, they, like I said, raping, and then certain motherfuckers, after a while, we started liking these human beings, started having sex with them, right? He didn't send them in to do that just off the color of our skin. The color of our skin never was the reason to why our planet was invaded. It never was our skin. This is the thing where we have to really break down more of slavery and what slavery was all about. It was never about or me being strong. It was never about that. Never about it. The reason why your ancestors, which I am one of your ancestors, the reason why we were enslaved, well, not all of us was enslaved, but the reason why some of us were caught and became enslaved, and the reason why we had to fight back what our oppressors is because we are the gods. We are the divine creators of this land. So he was making them fight with us. Remember, these Neanderthals, they shouldn't even be on the fucking land. They shouldn't even be here. But he making them fight us because he's too much of a fucking coward to fight us by his damn self. That's why he made them fight us. Because Yakub is a fucking coward. He can't fight us head on. That's why he fucking did that. Because he's a fucking coward. He's not man enough to admit that he's fucking wrong, and he made us go through all this shit for a fucked up reason. This is why the black people and the Latino people are the most oppressed people in the fucking world. Because of Yakub. He made it like that. So us, because my past life, I was in that tournament. So me leading my revolt in Southampton, Virginia, killing all of these slaveholders, I'm doing that not just to go kill somebody. No, I have a soul. I don't want to just kill nobody just to fucking kill them. No. I had to kill them because they were hurting me and hurting my land. And I already knew where Yakub was then. I know all about Yakub. I know all about him. What he was doing with the Nazis and all that shit. I know all that. That was all his work. That's why we didn't really get involved in that. Because it really didn't have nothing to do with us. With the whole Nazi Germany shit, it didn't have nothing to do with us, really. That, because he was making the human beings kill each other. That's how fucked up he is. He was making them kill each other. So he's showing the human beings he don't give a fuck about them either. But he's still craving. That's how fucked up he is. Right? But me, being who I was in my past life, I'm trying to protect my land, and I know what the fuck is going on. You have to understand, because your ancestors, we never had fear. We're not scared of shit. You shouldn't be scared. I'm not scared of shit, because I'm back in that energy. So I wasn't scared then, and I'm for damn sure not scared now. We was not scared. We never was scared. We just all understood that these motherfuckers is trying to come take our land away from us, and we know it was Yakub that was making them do it. We already knew that. So this is why, okay, in Haiti, we got the Haitian Revolution, Toussaint L'Ouverture. Jacques Dessalines, I hope I'm saying God's name right. Jacques Dessalines We had the Dudley Buckmans. We had everybody playing a role into protecting our land, and we was whooping their ass. Yeah, we was on their ass. Right, because we had the Florida Seminole War going on. Then with my revolt I led, we was whooping some ass. We was kicking ass. You know, we were literally kicking ass. But still, Yakub being who he is, he still was able to move around and make it to where these motherfuckers was still on our land, and they still was able to have control of our land. Right? Because then Abraham Lincoln, oh, we free. Right? And we was never free. He only freed us or made us think we was free because we was whooping his ass. Abraham Lincoln and all his people, we was whooping their ass. That's why they free now. But what we knew, but what people fail to realize now, yeah, they took one handcuff off, but they still left one on. We still slaves now. You get up and go to work every day, you still a slave now. You get up and you gotta go pay your light bill, that electricity that come from you, cause you are a soul and spirit, made of water, made of all this matter. You still a slave. I don't give a fuck. Oh, you be feeling good. You gotta pay your light bill. You still a slave. Look what they got you doing. They got you paying for some shit that's inside of you. All of this shit is inside of you, but you paying for it and don't even realize. Water, the feminine energy, water that y'all, or that you are water, you paying for water, which is naturally inside of you. We got other rims that's just strictly made of water. Got your dolphin people, the Nomos, all, yeah. We created water, but they making us pay for it. Gave you an artificial God that is not even a God that you should even be praying to, because you are God. Gave you a Jesus. If you break down Jesus, it would be just ease us. Just ease us. If you break down Lord, it would be law and order. Break down God, generator, operator, and destroyer. So they gave you a Lord to make an order, and their God destroyed us. And then turn around and got us praying to a Jesus to ease us from all the destroying that our God is doing to us. So you have to realize, that the color of your skin is not the worst thing. It's who you are. Who you are as a god is what makes your oppressors hate you. It's not your skin, because you are not the body, you are just the soul and the spirit. So it's not this. Right? Because they make a lot of movies about your ancestors, a lot of movies about slavery. Even the movie made about me, Matt Turner, the movie Birth of a Nation that Matt Parker made. I watched the movie. The movie was good. Certain things in there was not, really true of what I was really doing. But certain shit in there was real. But it was mainly most to me like, okay, they make it like, okay, because I'm black, they whooping my ass. No, it was never about being black. It was about who I was, and they already knew who the fuck I was. They already knew I was powerful anyway. That's why they was watching me the way they was watching me. That's why they wanted me reading the Bible to my people, eradicating their minds, because they knew how powerful I was. They already knew I wasn't with the bullshit. I have never been a house nigga. Never. And I will never start today. They already knew what it was when it came to Nat Turner. They already knew what it was. So it was not, okay, you black, so we hate. Nah, it's who I am. You wanna know why you always felt like you never fit in down here? Because you are a god. A god, a real person, is not gonna fit in amongst people that are not real or that are not the same. You're not gonna fit in. Right? And then a lot of motherfuckers that may not like you, they are synthetic modified robots anyway, so they are already designed and programmed to not like anybody that's a real soul and spirit anyway. Once again, that's what Yakub did. He made it to where these motherfuckers start making synthetic versions of people. All Yakub's work. Right? Because who the reptilians work for? They work for Yakub. The bad ones. We got good ones too. But the bad ones work for him. They his little elves. So you have to get out of the illusion of thinking that your ancestors went through all they went through just because of the color of their skin. It was never about that. Our skin was not it was not the reason. That may not sit well with you. You may be on your black woke type shit and, oh no, it was about the color of our skin. It was never about the color of our skin. It never was. It was about you being a god or a goddess. That's what this shit was about. That's all it was about. But okay, we talk about the 60s or the 50s and the 60s, right? You will be like, nah, I can't really agree with you on that, because it was mainly like, oh, we don't like niggers, we don't like niggas. But even then, they saying we don't like niggas. It still wasn't even the skin. It was just who we are as a whole. Cause you gotta remember, Yakub trained. Cause even though we taught these human beings all the shit they know, which they probably don't realize it, but we taught them all they know, right? He trained and programmed them not to like us in the first place. So this is why the human beings started hating us, because he trained them to hate us. right? But then after they start smoking weed, which comes from the cosmos, this is when they started to like us. They like, oh, peace and love, all that old shit, you know, during the war years and all that. They all peace and love, they hugging us, all that old shit, yeah. Because they got a hold of that cosmic energy. And then they start realizing, why the fuck are we hating these black people? They're not no fucked up individual. Right. Right? But and this is when they had to try to create more race wars and shit, try to have more white people out here killing black people to create a race war, because they seen that the white people was not really hating us anymore. Because you gotta remember, we have been taught that we are the beast. We the devil, we Lucifer. Right? You look in the dictionary, white is pure, honest, forgetful. Black is evil, demonic, untrustworthy. So we have been told and programmed that being black is the most demonic thing on the planet. We have been told that the color of our skin is the most evil color it can be. But we then always want to make a peace and bring God into the equation. Well, if I'm evil and you are pure, then why did God create me? Why did God create me if I'm so evil? Right? This is the debate we was having during those years in the 60s. Like, okay, if I'm evil, then why did God create me? You saying you white, you pure, you honest, but you being the most evil person that you can be, and I'm being the most pure. So how the fuck you tell me being white is pure and being black is evil? Right? But you got to understand who you are as a god. Yeah, you are demonic. You are demonic because you have so many powerful forces in you, and once you unleash these forces, they will be considered demonic because you would destroy everything on the planet. Right? So that's why they say you are demonic, because they know you have demonic forces in you, or what they would call demonic forces. But these is not demonic forces though. These is God forces. These is angelic forces inside of you. That's what it is. So they knew, well, something in them knew it was something about us, right? Something in them knew it was something about us. So this is why they started to treat us the way they started to treat us. But Yakub played the major role. I told you he's a fucking coward. He can't face shit by himself, so he had to make them hate us. So this is why we were into it with so many white people for so long. That's why, you seen shit where they was hanging us from trees. You know the story of Emmett Till, how they beat him, uh, shot him and cut his eyeballs out and did all that old shit to him. Right, because Yakub was making them do that. But it was not the color of the skin that was making them do that. It was who we were as the gods. That was the whole reason to why they was doing the shit they was doing. Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, yeah, it was who they were as gods, because Martin Luther King was a god. Malcolm X was for sure a god. They were gods. They was part of the Anunnaki. They was one of us. So this is why Malcolm X had went through so much shit, and he had everybody against him, even his own people, because who he was a real god. He was a real being. He was a real soul and spirit. It was not him being a black educated brother that made him a target. It was his it was his knowledge. It was who he was as a god all the way around that made him a target. That's what it was. It was not the color of his skin. It was never the color of skin. Like I said, it may sound crazy to you because it's like now, all right, now you making history not sound so bad. No, but it's still worse than what you think though. Because although it's not about the color of our skin, it's still fucked up what they was making us do still. Like I told you about the Buffalo Soldiers, it was never no such thing as the Buffalo Soldiers. We never fought on the side of white America. Why the fuck would we fight with them when we are against them? We're not gonna fight with somebody that's trying to kill us, rape us, and try to knock us off of our land. We're not gonna. That's retarded. We're not gonna do that. Even though we are loving beings, we still wouldn't do that because that don't make sense. And we know what you're trying to do. We read your intent, right? So we were never fighting on their side. So all the movies about glory, all that's some bullshit. We never fought on their side. So when you see pictures of cause they was gods in them pictures, you see pictures of them gods considered to be Buffalo Soldiers, those are basically your ancestors that was caught. They caught them and made them take a fucking picture with guns, and them guns was not even loaded. Why the fuck would they give us loaded guns? They know we assassins. They was not loaded. Them rifles was not loaded. Made us take a picture. That's why you look at a picture of us, we looking at the camera all because we assassins. We looking at them like what the fuck they on, because we already know. That's why we looking at the camera like that, because we already know they on some bullshit with us. We already fucking know. And Buffalo Soldiers, that's all an inside joke. Because they told you that the Buffalo Soldiers got their name from Indians. We are the real Indians. We are the real indigenous people. So basically that's an inside joke. So they basically, oh, you the Buffalo Soldiers because a buffalo was black, it's wild, and it's very strong. So that's the inside joke white America made up. Okay, so yeah, y'all the Buffalo Soldiers. Y'all some nigger soldiers. Some African nigga soldiers, which we ain't African, but y'all's just some black African nigga soldiers. That's what you is. Right, they made up that. So we was never we never fought on their side. Right? Then you had people that try to bring that up. Well, we had black people that fought with the white people in the Civil War. That never happened. We never fought on their side. That never happened. That's another fucking lie. It was another fucking lie. But even then, it was not about the color of our skin. It was about us being who we are as gods. That's what it was about. That's what it's always been about. They're not afraid of this skin. They're not. No, it's who you really are. This is why they make it a mandatory thing to oppress us. This is why they want black and Latino people fucked up out here in the streets, fucked up, hurting each other, killing each other, because they know by making us kill each other and hurt each other, that's taking us further away from who we are and loving each other and realizing that we are the same. That's why they do that. That's why they tell you the black man or the black woman is the most disrespected beings on the planet, because who we are, who we really are. And then we have to get out the fact of thinking that we are black. I am not black. Yeah, my hair is what you would say black, but I'm not black. Even the most darkest person on the planet is not even black. They are mainly purple, right? Now, purple, that's a cosmic color. Now, remember, we are neuromelanated. So, even what you would call a black person ain't even black. They basically purple. That's part of neuromelanin. Because neuromelanin is basically what allows you to be the pigment that you are. Yeah, I appear in this pigment, but I can change into a whole nother pigment. I could fuck around, wake up, be blue one day. You know, so um the color of your skin is not, and I'll repeat, the color of your skin is not what they fear, is who you are. Is who you really are. We talk about the Black Panthers, right? The Black Panthers Party. A lot of them in the Panthers Party was assassins. A lot of them were warriors, assassins. That scared them that they were really on that type of energy, to where they like, all right, if the white man come fuck with us, we gonna shoot back. We gonna fucking kill you. We not gonna allow you to disrespect our people no more. We're not having it. That's why America made it mandatory to get rid of Fred Hampton and get rid of the Panthers Party, because they knew that them motherfuckers was not going to back down, and they were highly, highly educated. They tried to make Huey P. Newton like he was this crazy revolutionary debating type of motherfucker, but no, he was very intelligent and he knew who he was. And a lot and a lot of the guys and goddesses a part of the Black Panthers Party knew who they was. Peace to Matula Shakur. Peace to all our revolutionaries in themselves, and some that we have lost. But they were very intelligent, very aware, and very fearless, and they were ready to transcend the rim on what they believed in, because they knew what type of time, and time ain't real, but they knew what type of energy our oppressors was on. So they like, man, fuck y'all. You want it to go like this, it's gonna go like this. Period. But it wasn't the skin that was scaring them. It was just the type of attitude they had, to where they didn't give a fuck no more. Cause you know, back then, after they had oppressed us and eradicated us and took over our planet completely, we wasn't even fighting with them no more, to where some of us became scared of them. You know, we became scared of the white man, you know, or the white woman, because the white woman, you could be scared of the white woman too, because the white woman, anything she say, the white man gonna go off of. Right? That was a law. That was a law they had. If a white woman would say that a black boy or a black man or a black woman looked at her, the law was that the white man that is a partner of that white woman, he is obligated to go get that black person that looked at his woman and kill them, beat their ass, do whatever he wanted to do. That was a law back then. That was a law in the South. All right, that's where the whole Emmett Till story had came in at, because Emmett Till was from Chicago, I believe. Yeah, he was from Chicago. right? So he going down to down south. I think it was, yeah, Money, Mississippi. He didn't even know the rules. He didn't even know the laws they had. Right? And then the woman that said he touched her or whistled at her, she fucking lied. She gonna come out and say, "Oh yeah, I lied." Never got justice for that. Killed him, but it wasn't his skin. It was who he was. That was the reason why they was doing that. And a lot of the shit they was doing back then, all that a lot of that shit was rituals. When they was killing a lot of our black Latino people, nigga, that was rituals they was doing. Talk about blood sacrifices, and nigga, they been doing that. We just now, motherfuckers just now aware, oh, okay, that was a sacrifice. Nigga, they been doing that. Nigga, you had Masons then. Yeah, a lot of the motherfuckers that was killing your black Latino people, nigga, a lot of them was Masons. KKK and Masons. You don't even know that? Yeah. A lot of them was Masons. So this shit is way deeper than what you think. It's way deeper than what you think it is. It's not this, it's in here. In here is what they fear. They fucking fear what's inside of you. This is why I be making my videos trying to teach you about who you are. Because who you are is what they fear. This is what keeps them up at night. You may not believe it, but they really do. Cause they just wondering who gonna be the one that really tap into that energy and fuck us over. Right. Cause it's already scaring them now that they see that we have already went back to that type of energy to where we realize who we are as gods and goddesses. 2020, when the year 2020 came, their world completely ended. This is why I told you these are just the last days now. Everything we have went through, everything we have endured, as far as the marching, you know, the Martin Luther Kings, Malcolm X, you know, the James Baldwins, we sending down all these intelligent gods to wake us up and all that else shit. All that shit now is coming to an end, to where we are officially going back to our natural ways, and we are taking our planet back. This is why I explained to you, you came back here to raise the frequency back on the rim. You have to raise your frequency so you can raise the frequency with the planet, because you are connected to the planet. You are the planet is you. You are plant based. Right? So you have to understand that who I am as a soul and spirit, as a god, this is what they have been trying to kill. But they know they can't kill us because they know more gonna keep coming back. So they know they can't kill us all because we don't die. More are gonna keep coming back. That's why I came back. I came back here in their year of 2001, January 17th. This is when I came back as Nat Turner. I came back. And I came back because I knew it was some spiritual work to be done. So I came back here to do some spiritual work and kick some ass. Eventually. This is what you came back here to do. This is why I say we should we in a sense we shouldn't really believe that all white people are bad, because not all white people are bad. You gotta understand, like I explained, they shouldn't even be here in the first place. Human beings shouldn't even be here in the first place. And I'm not racist, but I just gotta keep it 100. They shouldn't be here because they were created out of pure ignorance and hatred and a fucked up intent. So they shouldn't even be here. So you have to know your cosmic history to know why you shouldn't really hate not all of them. Even the ones that's really bad, you really shouldn't even hate them because they're being forced to act that way. Yakub had them acting this way. So you really shouldn't even hate them all like that. Right? But then the type of situation we are in now, right? Because we still got motherfuckers around here now that be trying to start more race wars. So you got motherfuckers out here that be pitting it on TV to where you see a white cop kill a god or kill a goddess or beat their ass and all that to keep this race war going, to keep us thinking all white people or all human beings in generally are against us, but it's not necessarily like that. Because like I just explained, it's not the skin that they are against, it's who you are as a whole of what they are against. That's why they, oh yeah, white people, that's why, well, you had us calling white people the devil, then you had white people calling us the devil. They're the devil, they're the beast, I'm scared of them. But why is they saying that though? Cause you gotta understand too, it was a lot of white people that was really scared of us. Because there was something in them that knew who the fuck we really was. And not saying that made it right for them to do the shit. Hell no, but they was really scared of us though. Because that's how they were programmed to be. They were programmed to hate us and fear us. When we are the most purest, loving people on the planet. We was still loving then. Even when they was hanging some of our brothers and sisters from trees, we still had love in our hearts still. Right? Martin Luther King still had love in his heart, right? And then they tried to turn Malcolm and Martin against each other, try to say Malcolm said that Martin was a house nigga because he didn't have that same aggression towards the white man as Malcolm had. Now, me personally, I would probably been more on Malcolm's side because it's like, yeah, fuck them. But you gotta understand Martin's whole preference to it. He like, all right, I understand you wanna hurt them and do what they have done to us, but if we use love, that will be our greatest weapon. Because if we are using our weapons while they are using their weapons, then all we are doing is killing each other, and where's the love in that? So this is why, Martin Luther King was so great at who he was as a man and as a person, because he understood that love was the greatest weapon against hate or against violence. But even Malcolm X, he wanted to fight back out of love because he had love for his people, and he was tired of his people being treated the way they were treated by the system. So even what he was doing was based out of love, right? But they tried to make them go against each other. But it was not like that. They had the same message, but just different type of way of they expressed their message. That's all that was about. So you, who you are, who you really are, is what they fear, not this. It's within here what the fuck they fear. That's why they gave you a God to worship in and go outside of yourself, because they want you to be fully away from who you really are. That's why when you now got our people come out, oh I'm a guy, or I'm a scientist, or I'm this, you be like, what the fuck is they talking about? You would think they crazy, but no, we just are discovering and remembering who the fuck we are. See, we are so fucked up as a people now to where if you come out saying some shit like that, motherfuckers think you weird or think you crazy. But this is normal. This is normal for you to know who you are. That's the most normal thing. What's not normal is you not knowing who the fuck you are, being around this bullshit around you. That's what's not normal. We have a lot of powerful souls and spirits that's down here that still don't even know who they are yet. Still are lost in the system. Still are lost in the system. Still don't know who they are. All right, and this is where it comes to why I talk about why I've explained this before of why I don't support black-owned businesses. I don't support the whole black-owned business movement, and this is why I don't support it. So you say you want your own black-owned business, right? Or I want to own my own business, and it's gonna be black-owned. Okay, that's cool. But you have to buy that property, right? Because remember, if you want your own business, you got to buy property to be able to put your accessories in that business. Because you have to have shit to sell. You can't have a business and not have nothing in there to sell. You got to have something to sell, right? Right. So you gotta buy the property, and first of all, the fucking property shouldn't even be there. That building shouldn't even be there because it's covering up your land. Your real land that they fucking eradicated and built over. And then in this building, like I said, you paying for your lights. You're paying for shit that's inside of you. And then you making your own people pay for a lot of shit that they own. In a way, so you making them pay for shit just like you paying for shit as well. So you hurting your own people as well. Okay, you spiritual, I got my own crystal store. Alright. What the fuck I look like making my own black people pay for crystals that we created? I designed my own pyramid, crystallized pyramid. I would never even go buy a motherfucking crystal from a crystal. I would never go buy my own crystal. Fuck no. And the pyramid that I created, I seen it and I looked at it and I remember exactly how I created it. I would never go to a motherfucking store and buy my shit back. I would never do that. I created that motherfucker for free. Instead of me coming in here and buying it, no motherfucker, give it back to me. Matter of fact, explain what it is cosmically to me. You will never be able to explain what it is and why I made it the way I made it, motherfucker. You will never be able to explain it. So why the fuck should I come in here buying it from you when it's my shit that I created myself out of my soul and spirit, out of my out of my magic? I will never do that, and I would never have my own people pay for that shit. Motherfuckers out here be buying crystals. You crazy like a motherfucker. You paying for your own shit. Paying for your own shit. I would never do no shit like that. Ever. You crazy as a motherfucker for doing some shit like that. You paying for crystals and shit. Nigga, you created them. All you gotta do is look at that motherfucker and you'll realize, like, yep, right, you created that whole motherfucker, but you buying it. Oh damn, I paid $1,000. Nigga, you crazy. That's your shit. So if we created everything on the planet, what the fuck I look like, making my own people buy it back, and we are the ones that created it. What the fuck I look like buying this little part of property when the whole motherfucking land is my property? I own everything around this motherfucker. What the fuck is this little part of property gonna do to change the fact of all the other land that we have that they took from us? What is that gonna do? It ain't gonna do shit. So that's why I say, for me, I don't fuck with a black-owned business. I'm against it. Because you don't own anything till you realize what the fuck you really own. I can tell you what the fuck you own, what you really own, but you have to see it. You have to see what you own. You have to see what's really what really belongs to you. You have to see it. That sun, the nature, the ocean, everything around this motherfucker belongs to you. But they got you paying for it. And then turn around, you on some black woke shit. We gotta, as black people, we gotta pit our people back on, right? So you start thinking that a black-owned business is pitting our black people back on. Nigga, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing nothing. You thinking you doing something by having your people buy they shit back? Nigga, you crazy. You're not doing nothing. I'm sorry to tell you that, but I just gotta keep it 100. You're not doing nothing. You hurt your own people still. Motherfuckers be selling crystals and shit. Oh yeah, I'm selling crystals. Nigga, I would never buy your shit. Nigga, I created that. That same crystal you showing me, nigga, I created that. I'm not about to buy that motherfucker off of you. Nigga, you crazy for even trying to sell it to me, motherfucker. You crazy. Sage, all that shit, nigga. We created the shit, nigga. It's our shit. Why the fuck you selling some shit that you created? Because you still think that this is what they fear. This is what you think. You think the skin is what they are after. No, it's who you really are or what they after. Right? Because you want to get your own black-owned business, so you can stand on the white man. Oh yeah, you know the white man don't like when we got our own business. Nigga, they don't give a fuck. You bought that off of them. You bought that. If they want to, they could come turn your shit the fuck off, nigga. And if you don't like it, take your ass to jail, probably beat your ass or kill you if they want to. So by you having your own little, what you would call black-owned business, you ain't doing shit. You ain't stunting on them. You ain't doing nothing. And a lot of motherfuckers out here say they got a black-owned business. A lot of they shit is ran from a motherfucking white person. Don't get it twisted. A lot of motherfuckers just be lying to you. Oh yeah, everything black-owned. Alright, dive deep into this shit. Oh, they probably owned by some Jews. You don't know. I ain't racist, but probably owned by them. And you know they own everything around this motherfucker. So you gotta get out that type of mindset of thinking, okay, this is how I get back at them by you're not getting back at nobody though. Cause they laughing at you. They already know you still don't know who the fuck you are. They still know that. So they laughing at you. Cause they like these niggas still don't get it. We done took everything away from these motherfuckers and they trying to get it back by creating their own businesses. That ain't really doing shit right. Ain't doing shit. Cause all your ass doing is you getting money off of that shit, but what else is coming after that? Nothing. You just gonna be another black person like everybody else that owns your own business, and that's it. That's all it is. But you didn't try to fight to get your land back. You didn't do nothing. You just did what everybody else do. You didn't do shit. Oh, you did. And then you still thinking your skin color is why your people have went through all the shit they went through. Nah. It's not your skin color. It's more than that. It's deeper than that. Right? You hear why they used to beat us and all that. They used to beat us in certain places. Right? Like motherfuckers said they used to hit us in our back because they knew we had the Kundalini energy back there. Right? That's why they used to hit us in our backs, and then they used to hit us with a whip, and then they'll take the whip and wet the whip, and then they just keep hitting us with it, hitting us with that motherfucker, and it used to hurt. Right? Cause like you wet, if you like wet a cord or something, you hit mother, that shit gonna hurt. Right? That's why they was doing that, hitting us with it and hitting our backs with it, because they knew the Kundalini energy was back there. Right? Your Kundalini energy, that's that powerful source. That's that powerful source in you. Your Kundalini energy is your feminine side and your masculine side, and when you successfully and properly activate it, you will hit your pure state, or what they would call your highest self. Right? So they, being so fucked up and soulless who they are, they was preventing that by hitting us in our backs. Fucking with our energy, hitting us in our backs. That's why they was doing that. Right? Because that's why you got that split in your back. That's why we have a split. That split is there so the Kundalini energy can rise to the top of your head, which would be considered the supreme knowledge. Because it rises through the leg, arm, head being the supreme knowledge. They already knew that. You know, and like I said, they controlled and programmed by Yakub, so they already know what we made of. So they take that whip, they boom, 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 whooping our ass, hitting us all in our back. All right, so that's why you see so many slave movies, and you see they always hit us in our back. Cause you notice they never hit us. They never hit us in the front. They always hit us in the back. Always. You notice that they never well, they probably, you know, if they feel like they beat us, you know, beat us in the front, but they mainly gonna hit your ass in the back because they know it's back there. They knew it was back there, so they was hitting the fuck out your back. Had you all in pain. Right? But like I said, like I'm explaining, it wasn't the skin though. It wasn't your skin color. They knew the God in you. They knew it. So that's why they was doing that. That's why. That's why they was doing that shit. Cause they knew it was in you. Cause your whole body, cause you're not the body, but your whole body is a whole multi-dimensional astronomical body. Right, so like I said about your kundalini energy in the base of your spine, there's levels of ascension within your kundalini energy. So they hitting that, it's tampering with certain multi-dimensional energies that's inside of you. That's why they was doing that shit. And they knew that was hurting you at your core, so that's why they kept hitting you with that shit, cause they knew what that shit was about. They knew who you were. They still know who you is now. That's why they do the shit they do now. They give you alcohol. They give you drugs. They give you guns, right? Cause shit, a gun is the lowest form of that's the lowest form of a weapon. Shit, the most powerful weapon you can use would probably be a fucking spear. We created spears. That would be the most powerful weapon you could use as a spear, like a bow and arrow and shit. Yeah, it's a spear. That's why we shoot that motherfucker up, stab the fuck out of you, kill your ass instantly. Alright, but got you using guns, and them guns is made out of carbon, which is inside of you. So they have made you believe that it was the color of your skin to why you are the way you are, and why you come from a ancestral genealogy of straight slavery. Because the color of your skin. It was never about that. They pit us in them chains and them shackles and all that because we guys. They gotta keep the guys locked up. They gotta lock us up. Right? They gotta lock us up. This is why, cause you gotta get more deeper into it. This is why what you would call black people, Latino people, this is why we fucking eat meat. We eat meat because they start making us eat meat. We never ate meat because we created animals. We created like horses and shit, cow. We created that. Snakes, we created them. Horses was our transportation anciently. We never had cars, because cars is not natural to the planet. But we didn't even have to always travel with a horse though, but that was our transportation. If you're talking about in a car sense, it was a horse. Right? So we never ate animal at all. We never really even ate like that. All we really did was get sunlight and drink water. We never had to eat. You being hungry, that's a lower vibration. You saying you hungry, that's a low vibration, because there's nothing hungry to be about. You are plant-based. You are made of plants. Right? You heard of photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is basically when the sun basically can activate the sun basically activates the plants. Right? So you are plant-based. So basically when you out in the sun, The sun is activating you, so you basically, in a sense, eating the sun. The sun is feeding you. So why the fuck do you believe that you need to eat every day when you are when you eating anyway? You eating every day. You just don't got nothing going into your motherfucking mouth, so you don't think you eating, but you eating every day. You eating every day. We never was, oh, I'm hungry, oh, we never did that. That's a low vibration. That's some human shit. We never did that. We was never hungry. You walk by a tree and see an apple or see a banana. All right, today, or I might eat this banana. Then I may not eat nothing for a whole motherfucking years and months and weeks ain't real, but I may not eat nothing again. Just eat that apple right there. And I just keep it moving. But we never just ate though, because we didn't need to. We are multi-dimensional beings. We don't need to eat anything. Right? Because you gotta understand, like I talk about photosynthesis, the sun is made of the same matter that we are made of. So the sun activating us, charging us even more. And we charging it because we got the same. We got the same shit. The sun is the soul. We a soul. The spirit. So we never had to eat. It may sound crazy to you, but we never had to eat. We were never vegans, right? You hear the whole, oh, African people we was never vegans. It was never no black vegan. Why why we need to be? We don't need to be none of that. We ain't no vegans and none of that shit. We wasn't eating. We didn't need to eat. We just getting sunlight, drinking water, doing our shit, building on the rim. But then after we was invaded, this is when it turned around to where they start making us eat pig and shit and pig and pork chops and shit, steak and shit, and we being so powerful in who we are and we have a soul, this is when we start cooking and shit and start making fried pork chops and steak and shit, turkey and all that shit because we have a soul. So we are the most creative beings. We have rhythm, right? So this is why our food had always got a taste to it. That's why it always has a type of taste. You're like, damn, this shit good. This shit damn near hit my soul, right? Because we have a soul. We are creative. We are gods, right? But we didn't even want to do that. But we had to start doing it to please them. And then after they little sloppy, grimy asses, after they done eating, they give us the scraps, and we didn't even want the scraps. We didn't want that shit. We didn't want that. We didn't want that motherfucking ham hock. We didn't even want the cornbread. We didn't want that. We don't want that macaroni. We don't want the greens. We don't want none of that shit. But we had to eat it. We had to eat it. If we don't eat it, we get our ass whooped or may get killed. Right? This is all, so you like, okay, this is where the whole idea of black people like chicken came from. Yeah. They started making us fried chicken and all that. That was naturally a white thing. They the ones that really like chicken. We never liked no chicken. We don't want no damn chicken, no steak and ham, and we don't want none of that shit. We don't eat shit like that. Why the fuck you think black people be having constipation and all that old shit? Because you eating unnatural shit. That's why your body be fucked up, cause you not eating shit that's natural. Shit, even if you eating fruits and vegetables, you still ain't eating shit that's natural. Cause they fuck with that. Your chips and shit, your rice and beans and shit, none of that shit natural. You go overseas, you may see a fucking blue banana, or a fucking pink banana, some shit, real shit, or orange banana. But then here, you only see the yellow or the green. Like, yeah, because a lot of shit here ain't even real. All the fruits and vegetables we had, the nuts and berries we had then, all that shit was natural. It wasn't genetically modified, none of that shit. It was real food. But we didn't even really call it food, though. That was just the planet. It wasn't food. It wasn't even naturally in a sense for eating. It was just it was just there. It was just more things that made the planet look more beautiful than it already was. Right? So if you walk and you see a whole big ass tree full of bananas or apples or pears or pineapples or whatever, you gonna automatically now you would take them motherfuckers and eat them, but then we'd just see them and just keep on walking. Well, you don't need to eat them all. Just just look at them. All right, keep on walking. But they lowered our frequency so much to where we felt like we need to eat. Oh, you need to eat three, what they call 3 times a day. You don't need to eat. Well, I gotta eat 3 times a day. So I gotta eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then it's depending on what the fuck you having for breakfast. Cause the normal breakfast is what? Bacon, eggs, sausage, pancakes, or if you a nigga or you respectfully, if you a god and you from the south, nigga, it's biscuits, grits, bacon, ham, pork chops, steak. It's depending on what you eating. And then lunch, you probably might have the same shit, and then for dinner, hit your ass with some spaghetti, some shit. You never know with us, cause remember they eradicated us so badly to where we eat all this unhealthy shit. Right? You eating that shit every day, fucking with your body, and you don't even realize you don't even need to be eating that shit. And that's not the natural shit you was ever eating in the first place. But even then, they didn't do that because of the color of your skin. They did that because of who you really are as a god. Right? We get into the fact of working. Right? You getting a job. We never had jobs anciently. We never had to work. You shouldn't even be working yourself. You should have never been working in the first place. But through all the eradication and them taking your planet away, and you not knowing, you felt I have to get a job because I don't want to be fucked up on the streets, right? You don't want to be fucked up on the streets because they have told you, all right, if you don't get a job, you're gonna be fucked up, you're gonna be homeless, you're gonna be a fucking bum and all that old shit. But not realizing that you don't need to work at all. This is your land. They start forcing us to work against our own will so we can use our energy based on their intent or for their own reasons, for their own company. All right, that's why they start making us work on the field, and they start making us work on the field without pay. At first, it turned to where we was working without pay. So we was working in the sun without pay every single day picking cotton. We had to pick cotton every day. Or one may have to cut grass, or one may have to build a house, right? One of the slaveholders' sons just turned 18 or turned 19. He a grown man now. So now, nigga, I need you to go build him a home. I need you to go build him a little cabin for him and his woman, or for him and his wife. Or my daughter is getting married. I need you to go build her and her husband a cabin. That was the type of shit that was going on. That was them making us work against our will. We was never supposed to be doing that shit anyway. To now, where if you don't got a job, your own black people look at you like you ain't shit, like you just fucked up. No, you shouldn't be working in the first place. You gotta remember who you are. Right? And then, like I said, by you working, you hurting your own planet. Because look what the fuck they be doing when they got you working. Okay, you in construction, you doing the worst job there is possible. Because by you doing construction, you putting more bullshit on our land. Or you drilling shit into into the heart of the planet. So you're hurting your own land in the first place. Right? Remember I told you about economics. Economics is about production, distribution, and consumption. So you producing bullshit, sending it off, distributing, and then motherfuckers gotta consume it. Right? So if you producing all this meat and shit, sending it off, yo people gon' go consume that. And that's considered a job. So your job is to hurt your own people. And then you doing the same shit every day. So you producing, getting sent home, and then your ass gotta go consume it all over again. Working. And you don't even realize what the fuck you doing. You don't even realize how you hurt yourself and how you hurting the planet at the same pace. All right? This is why we have a world full of weak-minded people. A lot of people are weak-minded. A lot of people cannot think for themselves. A lot of motherfuckers don't want to create their own shit or remember who they are and do their own shit because they just go off of what white America tell them. So they don't want to think for themselves. They tell you to go get a job, you like, all right, I'm gonna go get it just because the system told me. But what the fuck would your soul tell you? What would your ancestors tell you? The ancestors told me you don't need to work. They told me that personally. Cause I didn't want to do that shit. Well, before then I did, but after talking with them, I'm like, all right, it is what it is. So you want me to do what I came here to do, is do exactly what I'm doing, teaching. All right, that's what I'm on. This is way better than doing some shit I don't want to do. It's way better. So I would never complain with this. All right. So they make you work. They make you work so you can hurt your own planet, and so you can focus on shit that don't need to be focused on, because all that energy you spending at that job, you could be spending that energy working on yourself. balancing energy inside of you. You are a whole being of matter. You are a multidimensional being. You are made of solids, liquids, gases, and plasma energy. Plasma energy is the highest state of matter. That's when the atomic molecules inside of you start to have a faster chaotic type of pace to it. All right. You are just a soul and spirit. So you are made of matter. You are made of a lot of great things. So you working at this job every single day, you are basically missing out on the opportunity to be discovering the real work you came here to do. Because I already had made a video, spiritual work versus physical work. Physical work is work in the physical that does not satisfy your soul and spirit. But spiritual work is the work that your soul designed to come here and do. So they got you doing the physical work when you should be doing your spiritual work. Right? But we got ignorant, weak-minded people that think that's not real work because I'm not moving boxes, putting them on shelves and shit. Nah, that's not the work I'm supposed to be doing. I mean, look what they do to you. They give you a name tag. A name tag. With your name on it. Not your real name, not your cosmic name. Right, they give you your physical name. William or Aaron or Derek, whoever your name is. Right, they give you your physical name and you got a name tag. And you being acting like a nigga, you be happy about that. Oh, I got a name tag. Or I'm doing my shit. I'm doing my shit because you ain't doing shit. You at a fucking job. You allowing another motherfucker to tell you what the fuck. I don't give a fuck if you are a manager. Now you hurting your own people again because now you're managing your own people, telling them what the fuck to do. And then until you may retire, then now another motherfucker will become a manager and they may be a god and they doing it, getting on to their people. So you're not winning. See, but the thing is what they did, because remember I told you, at first they were not paying us. We weren't getting paid for working anciently. But then after we were free, considered to be free, they start paying us, giving us money, and that was the trickery. Cause they like, all right, we start paying these motherfuckers, they gonna wanna work. Because if I am telling you you need to come work for me, and I'm making you do all this work and you getting dirty, you're injuring yourself, but you getting paid in the end, you gonna want to come back and work. Right? And that's what they did. So that was the mind fuckery. So shit, nigga, I'm gonna get a check. Right? That's how we be. Shit, I'm gonna get a check. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I may have fucked up my finger, nigga, but I'm gonna get a check. I'm gonna get a nice ass check. My check gonna be nice. Right. See, that's what gets you to come back. Because you getting a check. But the money don't mean shit, though. Look at what the fuck they got you doing. Getting up every day. You can't even get no fucking rest. You can't even go to sleep because you gotta get up and work. You can't even spend energy cycles with your kid or with your wife or with your girl or your family or spend time with yourself. Spend energy with yourself, realizing who you are. You can't even do that because you gotta go to work. All that shit is because of who you really are. They gotta get you to do this shit that's really hurting you. That's why I said it's not about the color, the pigment of your skin. It's about who you are within you. That's what it's about. Who you really are as a soul and spirit is what they fear and what they are against. This is what they have to attack. This is what they have to eradicate every single day. You think your ancestors didn't know? You think we didn't know what they was making us do? Yeah, we knew. We knew exactly what they was on. We knew exactly. They not smarter than us, so we already read what they on. And we was forced to do it. So that's why they got you eating bullshit. They got you working, which you shouldn't be doing, because they know who you are. They got you hating yourself. They got you thinking that being black or being a god is the worst thing. Or a goddess is the worst thing. When it's the most purest thing on the planet. Kill all your revolutionaries. Or if they don't kill them, they try to make an example out of them. Right? Maybe clone them, or put them under what they would call MK Ultra, mind control, to try to stop them for making us remember who we are and remembering what they have done to us. That's who they fear. They fear who you are. So if we got a god or a goddess that's down here trying to get our people to remember and wake up and see through this illusion, they gonna have a problem with that person. Right? They gonna have a problem with that person to where they gonna try to maybe kill that person, or if they can't kill them, they gonna try to make an example out of them. That's why if you don't know, if you ain't tapped in, a lot of your revolutionaries that was here recently have been killed. And no one has said nothing about it. They have been killed. Right? Like you heard the Bob Marley story. Somebody put a needle in his shoe, and that needle had poison in that needle, and that's what killed him and all that. Yeah. You had other revolutionaries down here that were killed in a lot of ways you never heard about none of that. But certain beings like me that know what happened to them. Once again, it's not this. It's who they are and what they remember. What you remember makes them fear you. Because if you remember who you are, then that's gonna make them like, oh shit, we gotta do something. Right, we gotta do something. Right? They'll send your own people to come kill you. Or they'll get you to shut the fuck up. Your own people. Because they are that afraid of who you really are. They are that afraid. You put fear in them. Right? That's why they made voodoo or hoodoo, black magic, dark magic. This is why they made that shit like it was evil. But it's the most purest thing on the planet. Magic is not evil. Doing magic is not evil. It never was evil. People talk about voodoo. We was doing voodoo way before the Haitians got to it. Or what you call Haitian people was doing. We've been doing that, nigga. Voodoo has been a thing that we was on. But then you hear about the Haitian Revolution, and then, people talk about the Haitians using voodoo in the Haitian Revolution, and they like, oh, right, that put fear in there. They're like, oh, shit, right, because a lot of them remember. We use voodoo to win that war, the Haitian Revolution against the French. Right? So so you would hear that story and not know your history and be like, oh, that's scary. I ain't gonna ever fuck with the voodoo. But we wasn't doing that just to hurt them. We was doing that to protect our land, and it transmitted into we had to hurt them. We didn't want to really hurt them, but we had to, in a sense. And when it came upon that energy, we fucked them up. But you don't even realize you use magic every day. If you haven't realized, every time or every energy cycle you open up your mouth, that is a spell that you are casting. If you tell somebody, I hate you, I love you, thank you, goodbye, hi, see you later, that's all magic. That's all the spell that you are casting out. And yes, it does affect the realm. Whatever you tell yourself affects the planet because you are connected to the planet, you created it. So if you tell yourself, I love myself, or I love the planet, that's going straight out onto the realm. If you tell yourself you hate yourself, that's going out onto the planet. To where you gonna see hatred in everywhere you look. You're gonna see hatred in people, you're gonna see people being hateful towards your planet because of what you are casting out. See, these are things they made you forget. They made you forget your power and how you are connected to everything around you. They made you forget that. They made you forget the alchemy of you, the esoteric knowledge of you, the hermeticism, the Gnosticism, or Gnostics, or the Kabbalah, or the Kabbalah. Because if you understand science and understand a lot of shit about who you are, you be like, well, the Hermeticism, Gnosticism, esoteric knowledge, that's damn near all the same shit if you really understand it. It's all the same shit. I'm a scientist, so this is why I know. It's basically all the same shit. So who you are is so pure, so magical, so great that they had to deem it as evil, to where they made you believe that you are uh, what they would call the most sinful being on the planet, and they made you believe that they were pure, but there's nothing pure about them. So basically, the devil himself tried to make himself seem pure and look at the purest beings like they evil. So they made the ones that's here to stop the devil like they evil. They made us like we evil to them. They call us evil. They call us the devil. If I walk around with an unk on my neck, I'm evil. They call me a Luciferian. They call me a witch or something, or they call me a saint a satanic worshiper, or they call me a non-believer, in God. If I'm walking around with an unk, but they fail to realize what the unk is. It's you, the penis and the vagina, the energy, water. They fail to realize it because they have forgotten who they are. Because they believe it's the skin into why black people or Latino people have faced what they have faced. They don't understand the spiritual nature of what has happened to us. They don't understand it. So they see you with locks and wearing an unk and wearing crystals. They call you demonic. And I understand that that's them that you wearing. You wearing them. They created that. You had, if we talk about black owned businesses, we touch more on that. We had it then. Right? You had the Black Wall Street. Black Wall Street was a whole community of what you would call successful black people, entrepreneurs and all that had their own shit, had our own shit. They tell you it was the most magical sight to see. Some would tell you the shit that we see now doesn't even compare to how Black Wall Street was. Had everything. We were helping each other. We all had everything we needed, and we wanted. But then, look what happened though. What they came and did? They came and eradicated Black Wall Street, killed all of us off. Not because of the skin, just because of who we are. And we had created our own shit, so they came and killed that. Because think about it. If we had our own community, what makes you think we wasn't gonna try to get more communities? You know, control more, right? See, that's how they think. They like, yeah, if they got that, then they gonna fuck around and get more shit, right? So they had to fuck around and kill us all. But I wish, I wish we had people that was gonna protect us from that there. But like I said, we loving people, so we ain't necessarily thinking on that type of energy, and they came and washed us out to where Black Wall Street was gone. Right? So you got certain black people, oh, we want to try to build another Black Wall Street, but why would you want to do that though? Because they had tried to do the same shit that they did then. Wipe your ass. And they will most likely do that shit now. Shit, in one day. Wipe your ass completely out. Because it's not the skin who they fear, it's who you are. They don't want you owning anything that's really yours. They don't want you remembering who you really are. They want you fucked up, eradicated, hating yourself, hating your own people. That's what they want you to do. That's what they pray. That's what they pray that you do every day. Because if you don't do that and you waking up and you seeing shit for what it really is, and you realize who you really are, and you, that's when they gonna have a problem. That's when they gonna have to come check you. Come check you out. That's when they gonna have to silence your ass. People always, oh, African, 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 oh, the black man, African, African. We gotta stop saying African. We gotta stop saying black. We are not black. Yes, we are made of dark matter, darkness. We are made. We it's black things on us. We are made, but we are not black though. Stop labeling yourself to African, Oh, we gotta go back to Africa. Why the fuck will we go back somewhere we never came from? Like I spoke about with the whole idea of a flag. The whole idea of a flag came from your oppressors. We never had flags. A flag, a flag is basically representing a people. A flag can represent an ethnicity. That's what a flag is. So this is why they picked their flag on our land to represent them taking our land away from us. I already told you what that flag represents. The red represents bloodshed. The blue represents truth and blood being shed. And then the white represents the spiritual nature of the planet being taken away. And then them stars on that flag, remember where the whole idea of a star came from us. Leg, leg, arm, arm, head. Cause remember, what we star seeds. We are made of stars, or what they would call stardust. So that flag, that American flag, is representing how they took the gods away and put their own shit on it. They put their own representation on it, and they took the gods away. So by us being the gods, being the true owners of this land, we have to stop believing that a flag is going to do something. We have to stop believing that protesting is going to do something. We have to stop believing that our skin color, uh, giving a definition of our skin color, is going to do something. It's not going to do anything. Who you really are is what they fear. This what this shit was all about. This is why I myself had to come back here. This is why I've done all I have done in my past lives, because it was about them trying to destroy who we really are. So I came back here to remind you of who the fuck you really are. Just like other gods and goddesses, we came back here to make you remember who we are and how powerful you are and what you came from, and what you have done here. That's what this shit is all about. I took this pigment. I chose this pigment. I chose this body to come teach you and remind you. This is why I came back here to do. This is my life. I have no life. My life is to teach you and remind you of who you are. So I gotta get up on here and teach you every day of who you are and break it down so you can understand who you are. Because who you really are it cannot be eradicated. Who you really are can't even really be explained. Not all in what, going on 2 hours. Who you really are has to be put into a movie. And that movie got to be about probably 8, 9 hours. And it's going to have to be the proper explaining to where you can really get who you are. Look past the physical. Look past this. The more you tap into self, the more you realize who you are, the more you gonna understand why you have experienced all you have experienced. You gonna understand why your ancestors went through all that they went through. You gotta understand how great you are, man. You gotta understand I was killed before. But me not being the body, I'm just a soul and spirit. I was able to come back here to where you didn't even know I was killed before. You have read about me. Read my story like, damn, they did all that to him. Yeah, and I'm right back. Go look up the story about Simeon Toko. They tell you that Simeon Toko was killed, then he came right back. They called him the Black Jesus. Because that's how powerful we are. We don't die. That's what the fuck they feared. They don't die. These motherfuckers can't die. So, me being who I am and me being who I was in my past life, they okay, we killed him off. Good, he gone forever. No, I came right back on your bitch ass. Right fucking back. They like, damn, how the fuck? Right. And then you gotta realize we don't always have to come back in the physical. I told you that as well. And we have others that have told you that as well. I don't have to come back in the physical. I could come back here as a straight spirit. Or in an air form, right? As a spirit and soul, an air form. I don't have to come back in the physical. I came here to do spiritual work in a physical form. So I can help the planet ascend in the physical realm. But I did not have to come back in the physical. I didn't have to. I chose to. I wanted to see our planet go back to its natural way. I wanted to be here to experience this. That's why I chose to come back. And this is why you see all the gods and goddesses down here now teaching you, enlightening you, doing what they doing, because we came back here to experience taking our planet back. This was already written. This was already gonna happen anyway. Our planet was gonna come back to us. We knew when. So this is why all your powerful beings came back to experience us getting our planet back. So this is why a lot of things is going on right now. This is why you see a lot of low vibrational things is going on right now, because this is the end of their world and the beginning of ours. Their world is over with. They have nothing more to do. If you really tapped in and remember who you are, their world it's no more they have. People out here just doing whatever the fuck they want to do and unaware of what the fuck going on. I already made a video telling you how the ancestors told me that the Anunnaki is returning. I am the Anunnaki. We are already here, but more is returning back to help us, though. Right? They showed me what was going on, or what's gonna happen, and there was a lot of us coming back. You know, it's powerful beings coming back here. So this is what's going on. You gon' come to a point to where you gonna be like, wow, so this shit was real. All this shit was real. We were all here to remind you and wake you up to what the fuck this shit was really all about. It was never a game. We was never just playing. We ain't just no woke black people. We telling you what the fuck is really going on and what has happened. Because if we get into it, we really ain't even supposed to be here. I mean, we supposed to, but I'm talking about in the senses of uh, society and the way they think we ain't even supposed to be back. We supposed to be in the cosmos, or we supposed to be what they would call dead. How the fuck is y'all even back? That don't even make sense. Explain the science behind that. You can't explain the science. The science is hidden inside of you. You know how you got here, you know. Your soul know why you are the most hated. Your soul remembers why your oppressors have done what they have done to you and your people and your ancestors. Your soul know, your soul remember, your soul was a part of that. Your soul fought against all that. It remembers. You just have to remember. We came back here because we love the people and we love the planet. We have love for you. This is why we take the bumps and the bruises, but we still get out here or get on here and teach you, because this is what we are here to do. We're not necessarily doing it to try to make you feel good about yourself. We're doing it to make you understand who the fuck you are and what you are here to do. That's why we do that. So this is why you chose your family, you chose what part of land you would enter on, right? You chose the outcome of what is gonna happen to you to make you remember again, so you can get to this point to where you teaching uh, who we are, or teaching who you are. Remember who you are. Remember your planet. Remember what you have done. You read about other ancestors. Remember about what you have done. Remember what you have contributed to the planet. Remember all the eradication you have fought against in your past soul experience. Remember who you are. Remember you. Remember. Because I said this before. They cast spells against us as well. Right? Like, gematria and all that. Yeah, they cast spells against us. But their spells will never be as powerful as ours is, though. Because our spells are something that they will not be able to handle. So I said, once we wake up and remember who we are, the less powerful their spells become. All right? Because when you wake up and see who is casting these spells onto you, the less that spell will become. You gonna know how to block it. All right? So you gotta remember yourself. You gotta remember what this was all about. Remember why they want you going to church. Why they want you believing in an artificial God that isn't real. Right? Like, because they show you Jesus, right, wearing a robe. Cosmically, yeah, we do wear robes cosmically. Yeah, we do. We wear robes, some white robes. Yeah, we wear them. Yeah, we do. This is why some gods down here, we like wearing long clothes. Like me, I like wearing long clothes because that's how we do in the cosmos. We wear long clothes. Right? Cosmically, we be, dressed comfortable and all that. Yeah. Right. That's why they made Jesus like, oh, he wear a little robe, right? Then they made Jesus look like he got locks and shit. That's why they made it where Jesus' hair long, cause that's an imitation of locks. Right? They did the same shit with the Hinduism religion. Had them motherfuckers have long hair, and that's emulating locks because they know the power in ether. That's why they did that. So this is why a lot of these so-called deities have long hair because that's emulating locks. That's why they do that. Oh, that's why they did that. So the power that is inside of you is what they are afraid of and what they are against. They are against the power that's inside of you. You have to understand your power, learn your power. You have to understand it and learn it. Because they can't do nothing to you. Even while you don't really know your power, they still really can't do too much to you. That's why they gotta fuck with your mind. Have your mind all eradicated and brainwashed in this physical shit. This is why you think you need money to feel happy when you never needed money in the first place. It's why you think you need nice clothes. You need to look good. You need to look a certain way when you never needed that in the first place. You look good just by being you. Right? They tamper with our minds. A goddess has to wear a wig. She has to have a ass that is fat. She has to have long nails. She has to treat a man in an improper way. A man has to treat a woman in an improper way. He has to treat her a certain way. A man has to always be masculine. He always has to fight another man or kill another man. He always has to be a certain way. That's all eradication. Don't help nobody. Only help yourself. Only look out for you. It's eradication. We was helping each other in the 70s or in the 60s, yeah. But then after a while, they got to us. We stopped helping each other. We stopped looking out for one another. All right, then you got motherfuckers that want to help the community when it's uh, a holiday. Nah, we got to look out for everybody. All of our people, Black and Latino, we got to look out for all of our people. All of our people need our help. And it's not even necessarily food or clothes people need. People need information. It's information and truth that our people need. It's not the physical shit, it's the cosmic shit people need. But people have to listen. Because I'm not gonna be on here talking all day about who you are and you not listening. I'm not about to do that because now I'm wasting my energy. So then I gotta transmute that into doing something for myself. Or I gotta do something that's teaching people that do want to listen. I can't teach you something if you don't want to listen. I need you to want to listen. You gotta listen. And the reason why you don't want to listen because you have been told so many lies by your own people. That's why you don't want to listen. That's why you see a brother that or a sister that want to tell you something, you be like, nah, I'm going somewhere, man. I don't want to hear that. I done already heard that shit before, nigga. You ain't telling me nothing I ain't never heard before, right? You like going on somewhere. And I understand that. But it's not always gonna be go on somewhere. It's gonna come to point of energy where you gonna get one that's really gonna tell you some shit that's gonna blow your mind. That make you wake up and see what's really going on. You gonna get one. You may luckily get two or three. It's enough of us around here that's telling you it's not about the skin. It's about who you are. This is why we have all of these great intellects, great scientists down here on the YouTube platform. That's telling you. We are telling you. We are telling you. In every sentence we can tell you, it's not about your skin. It's about who you are within here to why they feel the way they feel against you. That's why they make you work. That's why they make you eat bullshit food. This is why they gave you a false god. Because of what's in here. What's in here is everything it is to know. This is God. This is the food. This is the work. Everything is inside of here. Everything. Who are you? That's what you need to be asking yourself. Who are you? Why am I seeing all these gods and goddesses on the internet telling me about who I am? Why am I seeing this shit? Because you can't ignore us. Yes, a lot of people are synthetic Mach 5 robots, so they ain't going to understand what we talking about anyway. And I understand that. But it's some souls and spirits here that are seeing us. You see us. You can't ignore us. You can't ignore us. We here. You could call us weird, crazy, all the fuck you want, but you see us. You fucking see us. We see you. This is why we trying to get you and remind you to remember who you are again, so you can look at us and know that we are the same. Stop trying to hurt me, because I'm not trying to hurt you. Stop trying to hurt the planet, because the planet is not trying to hurt you. Remember who you are. Remember that this is only the image of you, but who you really are cannot be seen. Who you really are cannot be seen. It cannot be looked at. It cannot be defined. This is just the image of you, but your soul is who you really are. So yes, they killed the image of us, but they didn't kill who we really was. And who we really are is what they are trying to kill, but they will never be able to kill it. They can never kill who we really are. They can only kill the idea of us. They can only kill the idea of you. This is the idea of you. And here's who you really are. Remember you. Remember where you come from. Remember the power in you. Remember your power. Remember your greatness. You are God. God is you. You are nothing less. You are nothing. Well, you are nothing less. You are only more. And this is why they want to hurt that. All right. I'm about to go ahead and get off of here. Hopefully, you gained a lot of information off of this lesson. You can go ahead and share this with anybody you want to share it with. Peace to the gods, peace to the ancestors. Once again, I got another lesson that I'm going to be dropping. Breaking down the economic structure of how they took our land away from us. And I'm going to be talking morally about the flags and what the flags is all about. Explaining that again to you. Because we have already had people explain it to you. But I'm going to be explaining that again and talking about the land and talking morally about economics, what I've already explained before. So you can stay tuned for that. But with that being said, peace to you all. Make sure you tap in with yourself. Love yourself. Remember who you are. And y'all be safe out there. This is Law of Growth and Knowledge, and I'm out, man. Peace to you.